Jikook's new project? Fans find suspicious clues. The shocking news again shook the ARMY community around the world. This time, there was strong speculation that Jimin and Jungkook, the two long-known BTS members, have strong chemistry both on and off stage, is preparing a new project secretly. Suspicious clues began to emerge from various sources, and the fans quickly connected the threads that seemed to lead to one big conclusion. Jikook is back with something big.it. All started with an Instagram story of a famous South Korean choreographer who has worked with BTS in the past. In the post, which lasted only a few seconds, you can see dancing shoes on the studio floor, dim lights, and a short caption, "Old Reunion. New projects." Despite not explicitly naming names, careful fans immediately recognized the shoes as Jimin's, who can often be seen wearing it during intense choreographic rehearsals. Not long ago, a music composer who has also worked for BTS's solo songs posted a photo of the lyric sheet with the censored part, leaving only two words, night and shadow. The caption reads, "Two voices, one emotion." The clue made a lot of ARMY wonder. Is this a reference to Jimin and Jungkook preparing a new duet song? The tension and curiosity was heightened when a staff stylist posted a photo that was quickly deleted. Two sets of wardrobe with the code name JM_25. Although it was removed in just minutes, the screenshot has been widely shared on social media. It sparked speculation that the two were doing a photo shoot or even shooting for a music video. Weverse did not escape the spotlight. Some of the ARMY noticed that Jungkook and Jimin's activity on the platform had dropped dramatically in recent days. Usually active in commenting or sharing short thoughts, now both seem to disappear simultaneously. Many believe that this indicates that both are involved in a secret project that requires full focus. Meanwhile, fans in the vicinity of Hanamdong claimed to see two black vans in and out of the recording studio area used by Big Hit. Some even claimed to hear faint vocal sounds from inside the building at night, and said that the harmony of the sounds that sound very similar to the typical blend of Jikook. The most suspicious was a short post on Big Hit label's official Twitter account. Sometimes, the best is the most unexpected. This June, get ready. There was no further explanation, no official poster, just that one sentence that successfully shook the fandom. Fans began to put all the pieces of this puzzle together and propose various theories. Some believe that Jikook will release a duet mini-album, given the popularity and depth of emotion they radiate when performing together. There are also those who think they are preparing a special documentary about their journey as a duo in the world of music, especially after conscription, which makes them more mature and introspective. In fact, not a few imagine the possibility of a secret concert, an intimate stage where only a small number of ARMY could attend and witness firsthand the emotional story that poured in the form of music and choreography. Moreover, given Jikook's close relationship with Busan, speculation began to emerge that the city would be the main location of this mysterious project. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear: Jikook is preparing for something very meaningful. Their silence adds to the magical aura surrounding the news. The fans know if the two choose to return with a joint project, it was not an arbitrary decision. It was a form of their love for art and the ARMY, which has always been the home of all their emotional stories. Speculation about Jimin and Jungkook's new project continues to spread like wildfire. Social media is full of theory, frame-by-frame analysis, as well as a heated debate between ARMYs from around the world who are trying to unravel the mystery behind the movements of two figures who have been so attached to each other. But what makes the situation even more biting is the atmosphere of tacit tension on the part of the agency. Big Hit remained silent, giving neither confirmation nor denial of anything, an attitude that only adds fuel to the curiosity of the global community of BTS fans. In such a situation, every little detail becomes important. One of the big fanbase accounts noticed that Jungkook was wearing the same necklace that Jimin had worn in a photo shoot last year. This is proof that they are working together. In fact, a number of fans who are experts at reading their artists' behavior patterns suspect that the decline in social media activity is part of a covert promotional strategy. In other words, their silence is the loudest signal that something big is being prepared. In the midst of all this commotion, the army began to form a kind of Jikook analysis posts on various platforms such as Twitter, TikTok, and community forums. They collect data, put together a timeline, match visual details, and even compare unheard vocal rehearsal audio from old live broadcasts with faint sounds recorded from outside the studio. They become detectives in the music world, driven by a deep sense of love and interest in Jimin and Jungkook's emotional journey. Interestingly, even entertainment journalists are starting to get into this maelstrom. Some Korean media began to run speculative articles, but still with a cautious tone, as all know, if this is really a big project, its official announcement could be one of the biggest musical surprises of the year. Especially considering that both are still serving military duty, their involvement in the recording project means a huge extra effort, and it shows how seriously they are preparing something for the army, not just ordinary fans. Even fellow artists and colleagues in the Korean entertainment industry began to take note. A senior singer in a live broadcast had mentioned, "I heard that there are 2 young vocalists who are preparing a duet song that will make a lot of people cry. I can't tell you who, but you'll know when the time comes." The sentence seems to be additional gasoline for speculation that continues to burn. What makes it all the more touching is the fact that Jimin and Jungkook have a very deep bond. More than just group mates, they have grown together. Through adolescence to young adulthood, under the pressure of a world watching their every step. This joint project, if it is real, is not just about songs or choreography. It is an emotional expression embodied in an art form. This is a love letter to their past, their friendship, and loyal fans are waiting for their return. If it is true that they will return as a duo in a special project, then this could be a momentum that not only strengthens their story in the music industry, but it's also proof that even in a world of stress and disruption, honesty and emotional connection can endure and give birth to something beautiful. And until that time comes, when the black screen opens the first curtain of the new story of Jikook, the army will continue to guess, wait, and believe. Because as they always say, when Jimin and Jungkook are together, a miracle is not just a possibility, but a certainty that is just waiting for the moment to greet the world. It didn't take long for the codes left by Jimin and Jungkook to become the subject of the army's largest investigation. Some fans began sharing screenshots from an old behind-the-scenes video in which Jungkook and Jimin once spoke vaguely about a project that is not yet time to talk about. Even more interesting, a number of fans who live in the vicinity of the HYB studio site even claimed to see a solid black car that the artist usually uses when recording. Speculation is growing that Jimin and Jungkook are returning to the studio, whether for recording, vocal rehearsals, or even the creation of secret music videos. Then there was also one keen observation from fans who noticed that Jungkook is often seen these days using professional studio earphones and carrying a small notebook with him wherever he goes, a habit he previously admitted he only did while writing songs. This again reinforces the theory that there is something that they are preparing very carefully and emotionally. One of the unofficial sources even mentioned that the music producer who had worked with the two was also seen visiting the HYB building last week. Not only that, their suddenly empty schedule of public activities in the past week further reinforces the suspicion that they are focusing on work that is not publicly announced.